In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.
All right, we are back here at CES 2020. Tech Zone, Paul Amadeus Lane, ABC News Radio. Hope you're enjoying our live coverage here from CES, keeping you up to date, keeping you informed of all the major tech news coming out of CES. Did you enjoy hearing about the IoT? Not the Internet of Things, but the intelligence of things. And smart homes, smart cities, all that technology mushed up into a glob of awesomeness so that we can understand what's going on here at CES 2020. Joining me right now, publisher BDPA today. Perry Carter joining me. Perry, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Paul, how you doing, sir? Glad to be here again.
Glad to have you with me, man. So,
Happy New Year, happy new decade.
new decade, isn't that crazy?
Yes, sir.
2020 tech. What is going to be kind of like the main talk that's going to come out of CES 2020, from your opinion?
So you want the Perry Carter version or industry version?
I want the Perry Carter version.
I would say mass confusion initially. And then once the dust settles and everybody starts connecting dots, generating new relationships, then we can start working on new success stories for this next decade.
You talked about mass confusion. Why do you think it's going to be kind of some mass confusion out there?
Well, a lot of times we have leaders and we have people that want to be leaders, and then the messaging gets confused. There's a lot of noise in industry. So as we start to evolve and new technologies come aboard, we see one thing that's constant is change, and then change now is recurring faster. So to that end, we now have to allow our communities to make adjustments, but encourage them to do so, and at the same time, we have to stay on message with them. As a case in point, one of the themes this year that's very exciting is smart cities. Now, everybody probably has a definition of what a smart city is, what a smart city is going to be, how do we get there, how do we get from A to B, B to C, and what is the end game? What does a smart city look like? So that in and of itself is going to create a lot of exciting dialogue. We already have new technologies that are evolving that will support those type of infrastructures. But again, to answer your first question, that's where I see initially starting out would be the confusion.
And you know, with everything that's going on with smart cities, all this great innovation, artificial intelligence, everything's going to have to be universal and work together. You know, because you can have a Ring, or you can have an Alexa, you can have all these different pieces of great innovation out there, but if they don't work together from the security aspect of it too, you can really have a mess on your hand.
That's correct. That's correct. So one of the things that we've actually taken leadership in Washington, D.C. and other chapters we have throughout the country. Our organization, BDPA, was founded in 1975 as Black Data Processing Associates. And BDPA's mission has never really changed. Our goal is really to make sure that we provide opportunities and we provide enough outreach programs for our community so they can actually take a look at industry, look at the opportunities in industry, and then make adjustments in training, support, and community outreach. And with that, we want to make sure that students, parents, and teachers, as well as industry, are involved in moving forward with those initiatives. So one of the areas that I want to address was where we have what we call Earth Day, Tech Summit. And Earth Day occurs April 20th of every year. But the Earth Day Tech Summit allows us to actually go into the communities and leverage some of the innovations that we see across all of our Earth domains: air, land, sea, and space. And now we're introducing cyber. Now, going back to your security side of it, our goal right now is for next generation to make sure that for the kids that work on robotics competitions, develop applications, that they actually consider cybersecurity, cyber defense, and make sure that that is actually part of their development. And we have programs that we have at the regional level and the national level with BDPA where we have competitions. And they're actually judged based on their white papers, the research papers, as well as the software that they develop for those competitions. And security is a main component of that.
And when it comes to getting the message out, especially in the African American community, is it a receptive message? Because let's face it, there's not a lot of STEM programs, in the community. So how can we bridge that gap to build up anticipation? Nothing wrong with kids playing sports and striving for greatness, but what about learning STEM education? Where does your company come in to really help bridge the gap?
So that's been pretty much our goal since day one. And we didn't call it STEM back in the mid-'70s. We called it data processing. And I know we've had different terms, different terminologies, and we might see a new buzzword 10 years from now. But at the end of the day, it's still data processing. And now to go into the classroom or the communities and how it is looked upon, that is going to be a cultural change. To many organizations, STEM may not be sexy. Technology might not be sexy. Or we see a lot of times it might not be newsworthy. As a case in point, we're now in our 45th year, and we have millions of people that have never heard of our organization. A lot of that is our problem because we have not actually spread the word wider or deeper. But then again, we look at that as an industry challenge whereby companies that know we exist, they make a decision whether or not to share that information. They make a decision whether or not to invite their workforce, their staff to attend our national conferences or regional conferences. They make a decision whether or not to advertise in our publications. And sometimes if those decisions do not give you the results you're looking for as far as getting STEM in those communities, then you may have to have regulatory support or you may have to have legislative initiatives to encourage that.
And we appreciate having organizations like yours out there that help spread the word. Now, Perry, is there anything else out there you'd like to articulate to the audience or the viewer out there just about not only CES, but about the great things that you guys are doing over at BDPA today? Sure,
exactly. So, again, this is our 45th year, and we will have our national conference in August of this year. We return to Atlanta. Atlanta's a great city. We're also launching several new student chapters at HBCUs and MIs. So any students out there that have a keen interest in software development, software engineering, application development, DevOps, DevSecOps, we highly encourage them to go ahead and start a chapter. Go ahead and include that on your resume. We always look for leadership skills on a resume. Get a chapter started and work with the local chapters. If there's not a local chapter, work with some of the people in the industry where you can have a local chapter. We have over 35 chapters now that are already chartered throughout the United States. And with that, you have an entire network of professionals. We also have alumni. This is our 45th year, so we have people that have already come through the high school computer competition programs, IT showcase programs, mobile app development programs. So you already have shoulders to stand upon and an established network of alumni to support you. And again, when they see BDPA on the resume, they say, oh yeah, I went to that program. And typically, they will be more than happy to open doors for those individuals. We also encourage people to get involved in trade associations. Now, I don't know about you, but in my civics class growing up, no one said anything about a trade association.
No, not at all.
No one said anything about, back in the day, we had a DAPSO. We had, I guess this organization was CTA before they rebranded. We had Intelligent Transportation Society of America. So we also look for trade associations on your resume because that tells us that you are really sincere and you care about your industry. And BDPA is a trade association, albeit we're a community trade association, but IT, data processing, cyber, that is our trade. And we look for people that are willing to step up and lead those communities as well as those projects and share those success stories with BDPA today. That's what our publication is about. We share success stories in industry from people from our hood.
Awesome. Perry Carter, always great to
yes, sir.
run into you at CES, and 2020, I can't believe that. And it seemed like only yesterday we were sitting in the booth doing the same thing, man.
Well, you know what? Yesterday was like we were talking about the other day, the Dick Tracy watch.
Yeah.
You know, when we were kids, we said, wow, the year 2000 is so far away, right?
Yep.
And we just looked at the Dick Tracy watch like it was a cartoon. Now you go down to your local store, Fitbit, Apple, Google, everybody has watches now that are pretty much Dick Tracy watches. And we're now, like you said, it's 2020.
Absolutely great. Always great catching up with you, my friend.
It is, guys.
In this world of technology, things are ever changing, rearranging. You need someone to help you out. I know someone who can. Come and take a journey with me as we go through the land of technology. You'll never be alone. You'll be with Paul Amadeus Lane in the tech zone.